In this video, we're going to show you how to write cold emails that books on average 3 to 4 appointments per day for your agency. And later on in this video, I'm going to show you the exact same script that I use in order to close clients and also book meetings for my software company and local contractor agency. So number one is let's just see how the reply rates in cold emails are. Usually you'll have a 1% positive reply rate. That's on the lower end. So we really need to be pushing volume with cold emails. I preach this in every single video, but with everything that we do in life, we need to have enough volume. Whether you're running ads, you need enough budget per day in order to generate leads. If you're doing cold emails, you need enough cold emails sent. If you have cold DMs, you need enough cold DMs sent. So let's just assume that we have a 1% positive reply rate, and then it'll take around 200 emails to get a meeting booked. And let's say from the positive replies, only 50% of them actually book into a call, even though they express some great interest. So with 200 emails to get a book meeting, we usually need to be sending 600 to 800 cold emails a day in order to get 3 to 4 book meetings per day. And this is not even counting the no-shows, right? So if you don't have a dialed in email sequence, which we cover in other videos here, you're going to get no-showed on a couple of them. So in reality, we need to be sending at least 2,000 cold emails a day in order to actually scale up the agency. So step number one, what we need to do is essentially get 12 different domains if we're sending 600 to 800 cold emails a day. And then from there, we'll register 2 accounts per domain. So what is necessary account? An account would be Norman at xyz.com and then Norman Wang at xyz.com. So those 2 things before the @ sign are the 2 accounts, and a domain is just xyz.com. And then what you should be doing is every single email, you could send out 50 per account, but 25 will be the warm up, and then 25 will be like actual outreach. So off one domain, you could send out 50 emails, 25 emails on each of the accounts. And then what you really need to be doing is, if you don't want to spend so much money on Google workspaces, which are usually cost $6 to $7 per account that you have on top of domain costs. So in order to shoot out 50 emails a day off one account, it's going to cost anywhere from like $15 plus whatever domain cost is. So it racks up pretty fast. So you could go to Informail. I have a link down in the description where essentially you could just you could set up unlimited accounts, you could get the domain, and you're like good to go. And it's pretty easy setup. Like you don't have to set up like the DKIM, DMARC, SPF, stuff like that with Google Workspaces, and then you just press a button and Informail sets that up for you. But next thing what you need to do is basically buy instantly.ai and start warming them up for 2 weeks. So with cold emails, you need to start warming them up. That's why I tell a lot of people in my school, as soon as you start outreach, you need to set up your cold email infrastructure if you want to use it, but then start out with ads. But it has to warm up at least 2 weeks before you can even start sending out emails, or else you just get blacklisted immediately. And then you could use something like D7 Lead Finder, or use any other Google Maps scraper in order to get leads for your business. So now let's go into what the step 2 is. Essentially, we have email sequence 1, and then we'll have an email sequence 2. So I keep it pretty simple. I just want 2 different email sequences. So the first one looks something like this. So subject line, the classic quick question subject line. And then what happens is we syntax it with howdy, hi there, hey, Saul, your company, you're a contractor that does kitchen remodels in XYZ city. And then the city is replaced with whatever the spin tax is from the spreadsheet. Could I show y'all a quick whatever XYZ second demo on how to steal leads or quotes from Google for free with our tool? And then PS, we're a software company not trying to charge an arm and a leg. And then my name. So this is pretty simple. You need to keep your cold emails as simple as this. A lot of you are making like an introduction too much. You're just trying to justify yourself, but in reality, like nobody really has time to read all of that cold email stuff that you send over. So you want to provide value right away. Can I show you guys a quick demo on how you can steal leads using our tool, basically for free? And then the PS is basically to set ourselves from the competition, because nowadays a lot of agencies are in the space, and we don't want to be in the same minds in the local contractor space as the agency whenever we do the cold emails. And then next thing is basically we wait a day to 2 days to 3 days, just a bump to see if there's any interest in getting more XYZ jobs from Google in XYZ city. And that's pretty much it. Like we've been just running this. It's been doing pretty well in terms of statistics. And yeah, that's all you really need for cold emails in order to start shooting them out. The main thing about cold emails is you need the volume. So you have to be sending enough volume. Like even 800 cold emails a day is not enough, right? You could send 3,000 cold emails, 5,000 cold emails. You need to have so much volume that it negates luck. And that's how you really can get to that 10K, 100K, $1 million per month mark in your agency. And I'll catch you in the next video.